Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
Well, we take a live look tonight inside Fiserv Forum. It is day 3 of the Republican National Convention.
Tonight's speakers are set to take the podium soon, including some pretty big names. Donald Trump Jr. and Vice President nominee J.D. Vance are expected to speak tonight, with tonight's theme being Make America Strong Again, focusing on foreign policy.
And we have team coverage breaking down the latest as we enter the final 2 days of this big event here in Wisconsin. And we start with Braden Ross, who has more on 2 of the delegates representing Wisconsin who were also fake electors accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election. Braden?
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. We are here inside the Fiserv Forum, where behind me down on the floor there are more than 2,000 delegates here to declare their support for Donald Trump. But among them, like you said, are a few false electors from the 2020 election, including a few from Wisconsin. Pam Travis is one of them. She's a longtime Republican activist and one of 41 of Wisconsin's delegates. She's also one of 10 people who admitted in a civil settlement to trying to file paperwork falsely saying Donald Trump won Wisconsin in 2020. She's a prominent position here at the RNC, though, speaking at today's GOP breakfast. Take a listen.
This really has been a very exciting convention. We've talked about what the solutions are, what President Trump plans to do, and we're inspired by J.D. Vance. Go into the market hall.
Now, Travis and the other fake electors settled that civil suit. They admitted their roles in this scheme and affirmed that President Biden did indeed win in 2020. We talked to longtime journalist, Wisconsin Watch editor Matt DeFore to get his take.
You think about how their argument was that they were essentially duped into doing this, that they thought they were just preserving their legal rights. The people who are now being charged are the ones who are sort of telling them that, feeding them that whole narrative.
We have in front of us, and we're ready to get out.
Now, Wisconsin's fake electors are still under investigation by the state Justice Department. Now, we asked Attorney General Josh Kaul for an update today. He said he's still looking into it. He did charge 2 Trump attorneys and an aide with felonies in relation to this whole scheme. Now, we also asked RNC leadership about this. They sent me a statement reading, quote, "State delegations are made up of delegates elected by their peers at the state party level." Now, of course, we are up here in a suite here in the Fiserv Forum, but Will Keneally is down on the floor in the middle of all the action. We'll send it over to you, Will.
Yeah, Braden, we're down here on the floor in the bowl of the Fiserv Forum here where the delegates are meeting. Now, we're waiting for J.D. Vance to take the stage later tonight, and we've seen general excitement. We were speaking to some members of the Wisconsin delegation. They're all on board with J.D. Vance as the VP pick for the November ballot this fall. Now, we spoke with Janesville Congressman Brian Stile about that pick. He says he's encouraged to have another Midwesterner on the ballot.
There's a lot of similarities between Wisconsin and Ohio. In particular, we've seen historically manufacturing jobs leave both of our states. We've seen the ability to turn the tide on that, put policies in place that can grow jobs here in the Midwest, here in Wisconsin, and in his home state of Ohio. I think it's a great addition to the ticket.
Now, places like Stiles' hometown in Janesville, for example, have seen some factories leave, noticeably the GM factory 15 years ago. Now, we'll be here on the floor throughout the night, keeping you updated on the speakers as we wait for J.D. Vance to take the stage. But for now, reporting from the Fiserv Forum, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will and Brady, thank you. Now, the RNC, of course, in Milwaukee this year is a big event, but there are people who are actually questioning what kind of economic impact it'll have on the city.
Well, Cleveland, Ohio was where they had the latest in-person RNC, and that was back in 2016. And we spoke to local businesses in Cleveland to see if there's any translation from the Buckeye State to the Badger State.
Now, you go back to that RNC in 2016 in Cleveland, it drew about 45,000 people there. That included over 5,000 delegates and 15,000 credentialed media members. With this massive influx of people, Cleveland businesses were expecting a big boon to businesses, but many venues simply didn't see the immediate spike.
Was the ones who were looking for that transient business of just people coming down and being a part of the RNC. Those are the ones that did not do as well.
There were temporary winners and losers that some of our businesses didn't see any gain in business as they thought they might have, especially in the outlying neighborhoods and suburbs.
Location was one of the biggest factors. Venues in neighboring suburbs away from the event were underwhelmed by the amount of business they had, though there wasn't the immediate boost for every business. And coming up tonight, we're going to discuss more of the long-term effects that have been benefited Cleveland since the 2016 RNC. So with all our RNC coverage this week, we've been hearing a lot of conservative perspectives from delegates, visitors, and leaders here in Milwaukee.
So now we're going to tune into some local voices, if you will, back in Madison to hear more moderate or, quite frankly, Democratic outlooks on what's been going on here with the convention. Some people believe the convention will raise Republican votes within the state of Wisconsin. Others see the event as an isolated group of like-minded individuals here. We found two cyclists who had biked from Milwaukee all the way over to Madison today. Each of them identify with a different political party, but both agree that the convention will galvanize Republicans through their idolization of candidate Donald Trump.
The whole candidacy of Trump is all about him, and it's all about he being an icon and he being the only person in the Republican that could lead the Republican Party. That's bad.
But there's no one talking about the deficit, who's paying for Social Security, who's going to pay for Medicare. There's no one looking at the real issues.
Right, not even Trump.
Right,
he doesn't even talk about that, and that's what the Republicans should be talking about.
As for the Democratic National Convention, that'll take place in Chicago from August 19th through the 22nd. And as our live coverage in Milwaukee continues, make sure to stay up to date with the latest information by going to our website, channel3000.com.
Starting at 8:30, we're going to be streaming extended coverage with special guests, interviews, and more all over this 4-day event. Now, that stream will head into CBS national coverage of the convention, and to watch that, just head to channel3000.com. Well, we're going to have more from the RNC in just a little bit, including an interview with former Madison Mayor Dave Cheslevich.
Yeah, and of course, back in Madison, it's another big night of music on the Capitol Square. Let's go back to Jalen Banks, who's standing by in our Madison studios. Jalen?
Eric and Charlotte, thank you. In the next 90 minutes, thousands are expected to take to the Capitol tonight as concerts on the square are back for another week. For a preview of what to expect tonight, let's head to News 3 Now's Josh Sprider and Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington for the latest. Hey, guys.
Hey, Jalen, good evening to you. What a beautiful night here on the square for week 4 of concerts on the square. And you might hear some trumpets behind me right now. We're getting ready for Trumpet Squared tonight. So it is going to be a jam-packed show. And people are already coming out here in waves, putting their blankets down. Still plenty of time to be able to come out here. And you might want to do it because it is a beautiful evening. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington out here with us. And boy, I think I got the luck of the draw. This week is looking fantastic.
I put the order in just for you.
Thank you.
So it worked out really well. We had the past couple of weeks, we've been in the 80s, a little bit uncomfortable. That doesn't stop the show, but tonight temperatures are going to be in the 70s, falling into the 60s, low humidity values. I see some folks with jackets. You might need a jacket this evening with temperatures falling down here as we carry forth into the evening, but it would still be comfortable enough that if you want to come with shorts and short sleeve shirts, just like Josh's, you'll be just fine and dandy. 73 right now in Middleton, 72 in Madison. Out to the west, still hanging on to 78 in Boscobel, 71 in the Dells. Let's break down the concerts on the square forecast here. 5 o'clock right now, 74. I've got a 72 and a 74 here on my watch. 70 at 7 o'clock when the show starts. When the show ends, we'll be in the low to middle 60s. So again, you might want to have that extra blanket, maybe a light jacket, as I mentioned before. As we carry on into the rest of the other 3 things you need to get out of the forecast this evening, gorgeous the rest of this week, but we will bring that rain chance back into the forecast by the time we get into Sunday, and rain chances next week. We'll talk more about those rain chances coming up in Maine weather. But a gorgeous evening to get downtown here for concerts on the square, Josh. Few spots still for people to put their quilt down, so come on down.
And actually, the breeze, I think, is going to help with the mosquitoes tonight.
Yes, yes.
So that's some good news.
Yeah, you keep them from sticking on you.
Yes, there you go. Alex, thank you. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. And, of course, when we talk to Joe Lane is coming up in the next, after the next commercial break, a little bit more about what's happening here tonight. For now, Charlotte and Eric, we're going to send it back to you guys in Milwaukee.
All right, Josh and Alex, thank you so much. There's more to come on News 3 Now at 5, including updates to a couple of local stories.
Plus, as Josh said, we're going to head back out to them on the Capitol Square, joined by Joe Lanus, the CEO of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, for everything you need to know about tonight's concerts on the square. We'll be right back.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality pet supplies because we get you. Right now, during our summer pet care sale, shop unbeatable deals on your pet's favorite food and supplies to keep them happy and healthy. Like a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $60 on Blue Buffalo dog food and treats. These large bags of AgriMaster poultry feed, just $11.99 for rewards members. Plus, make animal prescriptions simple. Visit BlainesRx.com to get started.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
Some things are big, others are huge. It's Empire Today's half-price sale. Get $2,400 of flooring for $1,200, $5,200 for an amazing $2,600. That's half the price of your entire purchase. Shop for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate right from home and have it professionally installed. Don't miss Empire's half-price sale. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
Coming up, a so-called fake elector becomes a real Wisconsin delegate, how this shocking twist could impact the Republican National Convention.
Then back here in Madison, it's Concerts on the Square. Get ready for some international talent tonight at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thank you for staying with us. To some more local news. The jury is out on a Madison sexual assault trial that accuses a pastor of inappropriately touching a girl under the age of 13. 61-year-old Robert Stein of Middleton faces 2 felony charges of first-degree child sexual assault. Stein pleaded not guilty to both charges. The case was first brought forward in 2023, referring to separate incidents in 2019 when Stein was serving as a pastor at Midvale Baptist Church in Madison. At the time, Stein ran an after-school child care program at the church. He took to the stand during the trial, claiming that he could not have logistically committed the acts.
It was only when she says there was a second teacher that then she was alone with me. If I'm the only teacher, I am never alone with children, especially for a length of time.
The young girl took to the stand Tuesday, claiming that Stein had done inappropriate sexual acts to her. To an update now, 1 person is dead and another injured after a single vehicle rollover this morning. According to the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, the crash occurred at I-90 EB at the 68-mile marker near Mauston. State Patrol says it was only 1 vehicle involved in the crash. 1 person died and another was injured. Troopers are continuing their investigation. And believe it or not, we're at the 4th night for Concerts on the Square in this season. And some pretty good news, the weather is going to be good tonight. Our Josh Ryder is on the square and has more on what concert goers should expect for tonight's lineup. Josh?
Hey, Jalen, good evening to you. Good to be out here a little later than my bedtime this evening, and for good reason, as we're out here for week 4 of Concerts on the Square. It's going to be a beautiful evening. I think we're having some mic issues here, so I want to bring in Alex Harrington, and I think we're going to go to the forecast because they cannot hear me right now. So
that's all right. I can take over. The forecast is going to be absolutely perfect for you and for Joe and for everybody coming downtown here for Concerts on the Square. Week number 4 and a picture-perfect forecast for it. 72 right now in Madison. Just a touch under where I thought we'd be at 5 o'clock. But I doubt there will be few complaints. Dew point temperature is 53 degrees. I mentioned the dew point when I need to mention the dew point, and that's because it's dry. The humidity levels are low. Got some 72s, some 73s, a 75 in Verona right now in Dane County. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we're all enjoying temperatures in the 70s with much lower humidity. A little bit of a breeze here to help keep the airflow downtown nice and comfortable out there. Josh was mentioning before, the breeze might help keep the mosquitoes from getting on you. Temperatures at the start of the show at 70 degrees, 66 by the time we end the show. So you may want to consider, I see folks still coming here with some light jackets and long sleeve shirts and jeans. That's going to be good attire for this evening with it being a little bit on the cooler side. What are the other things you need to get out of the forecast? Well, the gorgeous stuff first, lasting through the end of the week. No rain expected, dry conditions, sunny skies, but the rain will make a return to our forecast. Temperatures at the end of the show going into the late evening hours in the lower 60s. When you wake up on Thursday morning, temperatures will be around 53, 54, so a cool start. Give the AC a break, maybe open up the windows to let some fresh air in overnight, and we'll do the low to mid 70s for high temperatures, and by the time we get into Thursday evening, we're back down into the upper 60s, right around 70 with partly sunny conditions. Fast forward to the weekend, first to let you know, 80 for Saturday, 81 for Sunday, and that's when we enter the rain chances by Sunday evening. Temperatures slowly creeping back up toward normal. Normal is about 82 degrees for this time of year, and we'll get back up there by the time we get into the end of the weekend. All of next week featuring temperatures upwards of the lower 80s. And then we see, as we carry forth out into next week, the rain chances, as I mentioned, start to increase. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have rain chances beyond that as well. The Climate Prediction Center, they're saying, well, there's a better than likelihood of more precipitation in our forecast as we head out to the latter part of July for at least the two eastern thirds of the country. And that includes Wisconsin. So farmers and those that are, we really don't need much more rain. There is more rain in the forecast. And conditions, again, will continue to get a little bit more muggy as we carry forth out into the weekend. As fast forwarding even further out into next week, low 80s, daily storm chances, not expecting any in the way of all-day rains. And bringing Josh back in here for just a couple moments here, live downtown here, Concerts on the Square. Concerts begin at 7 o'clock this evening with temperatures right around 70 degrees. What do you think of that?
I think that sounds pretty fantastic. Hopefully they can hear me back in the studio now. I'm using this little guy instead of the handheld. So we're going to bring Joe Lanus back in and talk a little bit more about what's happening here tonight. As you know, the show goes on, even with technical difficulties sometimes. Joe, good evening to you.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you guys are excited. This is week 4 of Concerts on the Square. And I mean, what a picture-perfect evening out here do we have.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better night here in mid-July. Like Alex said, low 70s, and we're 4 for 4 on weather so far this year.
So we got Trumpet Square tonight. It's going to be a trumpet extravaganza. So what can people expect?
It's Andrew programmed so we do, we're not just a summer orchestra. We play year-round. We're an Overture Center resident company, and we play our indoor winter season, the classics concerts. This is more of a classics concerts performance. We have a really cool piece by Joan Tower, contemporary piece, and then we have Vivaldi, Mozart, and Haydn, which is a pretty typical classics concert that we would play on the indoor season. So some fabulous trumpets. We have the principal trumpet from the Baltimore Symphony. He's a WISO alum, Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestra alum. And then our very own principal trumpet, Matt Onstad, with guest conductor, Sir Emmanuel Andrisi.
Oh my gosh, this sounds like a perfect night. And there's always a way for people to support you guys and your mission, because obviously it takes a lot of money and a lot of support to be able to do this every year.
Yeah, this event has been supported by the community for 40 years. It costs the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra $1.1 million each summer to put on these free concerts. So if you're sitting at home, if you're on your blanket tonight, and you want to invest back into this free concert series, you can join the Friends of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. It's $5 a month. You can text concerts to 801-801. And it really is a way for all of your listeners, all of these community members to give back to a concert that has given so much over 40 years.
Yeah, we want to keep this going, of course. So still plenty of time. We got just over 90 minutes. So come on down here. Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. Come down.
Awesome,
Bring
Joe.
a blanket.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. News 3 Now at 5 continues right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
What's up? You need some windows?
Hey folks, you call the experts? Right now with Feldco, get free installation and no interest for 5 years. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82.
86. 90 years young. Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Get an 11% rebate on Menards' selection of automotive products. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life. And Menards carries automotive accessories and maintenance products from the most trusted brands to help keep your vehicle on the road. Diesel exhaust fluid helps reduce emissions created from diesel engines. A 2.5-gallon jug of diesel exhaust fluid is $7.49 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
Welcome back. Once again, it is really important to get all perspectives on what's happening here in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention.
That's right. And former Madison Mayor Dave Cheslevich, it's great to have him join us once again back in his favorite city in the world, in Madison. And, you know, when you're here at the convention, it can be you're kind of insulated with the red walls around us here at the convention compound.
Yep, so we're basically halfway through, 2 days down, basically 2 days to go. And a speech is coming from the top of the Trump-Vance ticket. So, Dave, what are your thoughts on how they have done so far and what they have done?
Well, they certainly haven't let facts get in the way of a good story.
I think if you're watching this from 30,000 feet, as most people are, they catch a little bit of it here and there, you'd actually see a party that's pretty united, that is confident. There's less anger, it seems, than there has been in some previous conventions that we've seen. And clearly, it's Trump's party. There's no question about that anymore. And it's not just Trump's party. They've also redefined themselves, really, as a blue-collar sort of a populist party. And so from their standpoint, I could quibble with a lot of the facts and a lot of the allegations that they've made and some of their views, but big picture, I think it's working out pretty well for them.
Well, we understand that CNN is now reporting, citing other sources, that President Biden has tested positive for COVID. We heard Adam Schiff earlier today say he thinks it's time for President Biden to move off the ticket. What are the odds of this happening, you think, Dave?
Well, you know, if you had asked me that this morning, I'd say slim. It seemed to me that with the Republicans kind of taking back the spotlight, unfortunately with the attempt on President Trump's life, I really felt that that sort of worked to Biden's advantage, simply because it took the spotlight away from his issues with regard to his age. But as of today, now you're right, you have Adam Schiff, probably the most prominent Democrat to come out in favor of the president dropping out. You have a new poll that shows that 2/3 of Democrats think that the president should drop out. And you have the DNC talking about moving back the roll call, which they had planned for as early as next week. So now I'm thinking that there's some greater chance. You know, this goes back and forth. Who knows? But it seems like the momentum has shifted now a little bit more towards Biden leaving the ticket.
Dave, we are 33 days out until the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. What do you think the Democrats have to do there to get things turned around in their favor?
Well, I mean, the first thing they have to do is keep their IFBs in their ears, obviously. But I do think, you know, they're going to make the case, of course, that Biden's term has actually been very successful, and they have a good case for that. Inflation is down, employment is up, the stock market is way up, crime is down, border crossings are down. There's a lot of good things they can talk about. And then, of course, Trump's record is something they'll attack. They have to be a little careful about that, though, because I do think the attempt on his life does create a new political environment where they have to be a bit careful about the tenor of their attacks. So they've got a lot of good things to talk about, but there's no question they're behind right now, and they've got some ground to pick up.
Always momentum when you come out of this convention, and then the Democrats hope to do the same next month in Chicago. Dave, always great to have you. Always great to get your perspectives. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after a short break.
Your child's confidence stems from learning and seeing clearly. At Shopko Optical, our professional team will help your child start their journey of confidence by providing quality eye care in a warm and comfortable environment. Schedule their back-to-school exam at shopko.com.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
You may come from a plug family, and I come from a no-plug family. But one day, our great families will come together in marriage.
There's an electrified vehicle for everyone to fall in love with. Get offers on select models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Get special offers on select Lexus ES models.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
All right, Southern Wisconsin, hour and a half before Concerts on the Square starts with temperatures right around 70 degrees. By the end of the show, temperatures will be in the middle 60s. So you might want to consider bringing a little bit of a longer jacket, light-sleeved, and maybe some jeans. It'll be just a little bit on the cooler side. Turning things back over to Eric and Charlotte in Milwaukee.
All right, Alex, thanks. Should be a great night for Concerts on the Square. A little breezy up here atop the Barrett Center, but we thank you again for joining us for our continuing coverage of the Milwaukee hosting the Republican National Convention, and we'll be back with more in 30 minutes on News 3 Now at 6.
Stay tuned next for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, live also from Milwaukee.